What's up guys, it's Matt from TDM Style here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Budget Stuff. And this week we are taking a look at 3 different stylers from Old Spice. So I had a little poll up last week of whether you guys wanted to see Old Spice or Axe first, and Old Spice won by a landslide margin. So here we are. I went to Target and I picked up the, what do we got here? So we have the Forge Putty, the Unruly Paste, and the Swagger Fiber Wax. I think they may have also had some kind of a pomade too, but I think that one was not there, so I couldn't buy it. They only had these 3 in stock. But which is fine because, you know, these 3 are varying different levels of like matte to low shine products, so I feel like these are more like my style anyway. So getting straight in with the packaging, all of these come in these 75 gram or 2.64 ounce red plastic jars with stick-on labels around the side, and they retail for $6.99 a piece. And as far as the packaging, like, it looks okay, I guess. I mean, it's very on brand. It looks very Old Spice, like the old, just the red deodorant sitting there. It just kind of looks like that. But it's just, I don't know, the plastic feels really cheap. And like, I just noticed that this one already has a chip in it, and I've only had them for a few days, so I don't even know how that could have happened. Maybe it was like that already. I don't know. But yeah, the packaging just is, I mean, it's cheap. Now, as far as the ingredients on these bad boys, these lists are long as fuck, so I'm just gonna put them all in the description box below, but the main things that you'll want to know are, all 3 are water-based, all of them have some kind of waxes in them, and not all of them. The Fiber Wax one doesn't, but the other 2, the Forge Putty and the Unruly Paste, both do have a couple of those paraben preservatives in there, so if that's something that you're concerned about, I mean, I don't really care, but if you are, just be aware that those are in these 2. Now, for everyone's favorite category of scents, I actually filmed that as a first reactionary thing as I styled with each one during the demos, so we're gonna go right into that, a demo for each one with an endurance test and the whole 9 yards. So let's get into that, and I'll see you guys back here in a couple minutes. Alright, so here we are, day number 1. We're starting out, as usual, with clean, blow-dried hair. Ooh, and it is looking good, yes. And if I sound weird, it's because it's 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday before work, so I'm a little sleepy. Also, if you can hear that rhythmic tapping sound, that's because my sprinklers are running, and that's the sound that my water pipes make, so hooray! So we're gonna start out day 1 with the Swagger Fiber Wax. Because they call this a flexible hold, and you know the other ones are medium and high, I'm gonna guess that that means this one will be maybe a little bit more of a, you know, a lighter hold, or maybe a medium. I don't know. Let's see. But first things first. It's okay. It's surprisingly a light smell. I expected it to be stronger, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact same smell as their Swagger deodorant, which is fine. I mean, it's not a bad smell. Just, yeah, it's kind of basic Old Spice cologne-y scent. All right, let's get inside. So this is their Fiber Wax. So let's see what the scoop is like. All right, scoop is very soft. Waxy. This looks like it might actually have some fucking fibers in it. Let's see, I gotta do one of these beauty guru things so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's see, does it have fibers? Maybe. I mean, it's definitely goopy. Yeah, that's got some fibers in it. Alright, Old Spice, actually having fiber in your fiber product. Alright. It does feel tacky, but not terrible. First product, in. Alright, application has a slight grip to it, but it's really not that bad at all. It's pretty smooth. I mean, to be fair though, my hair was smooth as fuck before we started. I sounded conceited. But I'm feeling good today. I did a good job blow drying, man. It's definitely got that low shine going on right now. Yeah, so I mean, you know, it feels pretty light right now. Let's go in with a second little scoop here. I'm starting to smell that scent more now, but again, it's not bad. It definitely is the same exact smell as their Swagger deodorant, which makes sense if they're gonna call the Fiber Wax Swagger. Alright, well the texture is looking pretty good. Yeah, so slight tack. It's still pretty smooth to apply. Come on, you piece of shit. Right, so I am pretty happy with how this is looking right now. It's doing an okay job holding down the fort in my cowlick area back here. I mean, I had to finagle with it quite a bit and nitpick, but it's looking pretty good right now. It's definitely feeling like a light to medium hold at the moment. That low shine is still there, but seems to be maybe tapering off a bit. Yeah, so I'm about to go to work. I'm working a little bit of a shorter day today, so I'll be back in about 5 to 6 hours, and we'll see exactly how the fiber wax holds up. Alright, so it's been about 6 hours, and I decided to film this bit out here in the kind of natural light, so you can see how the low shine definitely died down to more of what I would call a natural finish, like bordering on matte, which is fine. The hold surprisingly held up quite well. Definitely like a medium to medium firm. It's pretty light in the hair. The texture is okay. It's a little bit waxy. And it's a little bit dry. There's a little bit of crust. Not really any hardening, but you know, it's a little bit crusty in multiple senses of that word, I suppose. But all in all, not bad. Like, okay, Old Spice, day one, pretty successful. All right, we are back for Old Spice day 2, and I was originally planning to go like lower hold to medium to high, but my wife and I are going to a pig roast today, and it's hot as fuck and humid, so we're gonna jump right into the high hold matte finish one. This is the Forge Putty. This says for a disheveled look, which, okay. All right, let's see how this bad boy smells. So this looks like, that's funny, it looks like somebody had a finger in there. I wonder if someone did. Boring. Yeah, okay, so these just literally smell like they're deodorants of the same names, I think. This one, I mean, again, it's light, it's not too like, this one I smell more of like waxiness to it though, too. So, I mean, it's fine. I mean, Old Spice, their scents on their deodorants are fine. They're not like too fuckboyish, but it's not, it's definitely not fucking me up. All right, let's get in here. All right, so this one is also very soft. It feels quite light. It feels kind of like frosting. I don't know. It feels quite slick in the hands. There's like no stickiness at all. So let's see how this works. All right. Application thus far is very slick. Which is nice, because I typically, from, you know, products labeled as high hold, I expect them to have quite a bit of tug and pull, so this right now does not. It is drying very quickly, though. It still doesn't feel grippy yet. I mean, I know I've only got one scoop in, but this ain't a high hold right now, boy. Alright, let's go in with scoop number 2, so I'm gonna go with a, you know, another full-size scoop, I guess. Alright, second scoop is starting to have a bit of grip. It's still pretty slick though. It's still not like, is it puberty again? It's still not tuggy or pulley, really. I mean, it's just, there's a slight tackiness. I mean, it feels lightweight in the hair, which is nice. And I guess I could see how this would work for what they refer to as disheveled styles. Still, as of right now though, there's not a lot in the way of hold, and my hair is feeling pretty saturated in product already, so I don't really want to add any more, to be honest. Because if I add more, I feel like then my hair is just gonna feel yucky. I mean, the shape looks nice, the texture looks okay, the finish is a nice, you know, I guess I would call this like a natural shine close to matte, so it's probably gonna die down to a full matte look in a bit. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna leave it because it looks okay. It really doesn't feel like it has much hold right now, but the other one did take some time to set up as well, so I'm just gonna let it happen, and we'll check back in later and see how things are going. Alright, so it has now been about 7 or so hours, and we're holding up okay. There's definitely some deflation in the volume, I think, and it's starting to come apart at the sides here, but it's a lot softer in the hair than the other one. It's not nearly as crusty, so that's nice. The texture is pretty good. I guess it's kind of a pasty texture. That sounds weird, pasty texture. But yeah, I mean, definitely not bad. Is it a high hold? Yeah. I mean, it feels light in the hair, which is nice. You know, it certainly doesn't feel weighed down or anything. It definitely has a matte finish too, but not super dry. Like, my hair does still feel, you know, nice and soft and not, you know, dry or tangly or anything. So I think this one, as compared to the fiber one, this Forge Putty definitely seems to kind of get into a more, like, natural kind of lived-in look, so I'm kind of liking this one over the fiber one. Alright, day 3 of demos. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Unruly Paste. This is their medium hold textured finish one, and it doesn't... Does it actually say if it's supposed to be, like, matte or have any shine? No, it just says textured. So, man, it is hot as fuck today, so we're gonna put this baby through the test, I guess. Yeah, so I'm happy to report, though, I finally figured out a way to blow dry my hair to make this cowlick back here, like, obey me more, so that's super exciting. Yeah, so let's crack this bitch open. Yeah, I need, like, coffee beans in between, so can I, all right. Yeah, they're all just starting to smell the same. It just smells like deodorant, which, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's not a terrible scent, but the more that I smell these, the more it's just like, I don't really want to smell like I'm putting deodorant on my head. Because, like, I've smelled these in their deodorants already, so it's weird. I don't hate it. Yeah, but the more I smell it, the more I dislike it. On all of them, really. And I noticed yesterday with the Putty one, it smells fairly light in the jar, but I did notice I kept, like, getting whiffs of it throughout the day, and the more that I smelled it, the more I was, like, getting annoyed by it. So that's just, you know, something to be aware of. Anyway, paste in. All right, so they all have similar scoops. This one does look a little bit more, oh, weird. That is weird. It feels, it's not sticky, but it's kind of like gelatinous feeling almost. That's super weird. I'm trying to think, it feels like something, like some kind of, I don't know, like slime slime. I don't know. It's got a very strange texture. Breaking it down is easy. It's not sticky at all. Once again, all 3 of these, so they've been very smooth and slick application. I don't know why I just said application like that. All right, paste in. So yeah, once again, very smooth application. So I do enjoy that, you know, for someone with a coarse wavy hair type, smooth application of hair product is always very much appreciated. Yo, my hair color looks fucking dope right now. So with 1 scoop, it's definitely like, there's some texture happening, and it feels light, not sticky at all, but I mean, there's no hold right now, so we are going to go in with a 2nd scoop again. I can't get over that texture, dude. It's so weird. 2nd scoop going in. There is a very minuscule amount of grip, tackiness. It's certainly still not tuggy or pulley at all. It feels like there is a little bit of hold setting up, though, and if it's anything like the other 2, this is going to require like a good 15-20 minute setting period before the hold really kind of kicks in. The texture is looking pretty good. I think as of right now, of the 3, this one definitely has the best texture, which I would hope, because it's the one that says it's a textured finish on the side. And I like the shine level right now. It's almost matte, but it has just a little tinge of like a natural shine to it, so I like that. What is with that piece right there? What is with that? Come on, son. Just finished talking about how I figured out a way to blow dry my hair to fight my cowlick, and then cowlick is like, oh, you're gonna be filming? Well, fuck you. I don't know. It's called Unruly, so I think I'm gonna go for more of like a side swoopy thing. this time because it's supposed to be a medium hold and it says it's, you know, for unruly textured shit. So we'll go for a more, you know, kind of laid back hairstyle here. All right, I'm good with this. Yeah, so we're gonna put this through the test of time and I'll check in with you guys a bit later. We'll see how this one held up. All right, it's been about 4.5 hours, and I can kind of tell that this one doesn't feel like it's going to change anymore from where it is right now. So once again, the volume definitely deflated at least a little bit. I mean, not terribly. There's still some volume in. It still feels very light. My hair feels quite soft, which is nice. I think this is the softest of the lot. And the texture is pretty good. It seems to have maintained a natural finish, which I tend to like. Yeah, so all in all, I think this one, as of right now, is probably my favorite of the three, I guess. Alright, now as far as the washout on all three of these, it's piece of cake. They all just come out easily with just water. I did notice, though, that the Forge Putty one, although it felt okay in my hair during the day, it actually felt pretty soft. After I washed it out, my hair felt pretty dry, so I did go in with like some kind of hair repair spray and stuff to just make it feel hydrated and soft again. Alright, so overall thoughts. Yeah, I did it! On the Old Spice budget stuff episode, they're okay. I mean, I didn't expect them to be, like, stellar or anything, and they're not, but they're not bad. Let's see, so I feel like each one had something pretty decent about it, and then also kind of a drawback as well. So, like, the Fiber Wax one, I like that this is actually a fucking fiber. There are too many products out there that are called fibers that aren't really, so that was cool. The hold on this was surprisingly pretty decent. The finish was okay. It started out as a low shine, dialed back down to almost a matte. My only gripe with this one really was that it had some crust. And yeah, so it just kind of felt drier as the day went on and my hair just kind of felt crusty. The Putty one was okay. You know, my main gripe with that one was that after I washed it out, my hair felt pretty dry, but aside from that, it was pretty decent. And the paste one is, this might be the one I like the most because it just, I don't know, it has like the softest feel in the hair and it has a nice, like, kind of natural finish and not a super great hold. I mean, is it a medium? It's probably about a medium, maybe a little bit lighter, but which is fine. It is called unruly paste and it's supposed to be for, you know, I guess messy hairstyles, so that would work fine for that. The scents, though, like, the more I smelled them, the more I just didn't like them. I mean, they're not terrible, as I mentioned before, but yeah, I mean, my main gripe with the scents is that I almost feel like it's just lazy, because they're the same exact scents as the deodorants, like, which I guess is fine for some people, but I don't know, it was kind of weird to me. Like, it felt like I was putting deodorant on my head, which is odd, and I don't know, like, they have so many scents already. Like, why didn't they just come up with new ones for their hair products, you know? You step up your smell game, Old Spice. I like your commercials, and you always talk about how your stuff smells like fucking bald eagles rescuing whatever, some weirdo thing. What? But hey, what do you want for $6, $7 a piece? I mean, it's, you know, so we'll see. As things go on, we'll see if there are other like $6 to $7 to $8 products in what am I saying? We'll see if we find products in a similar price range, there we go, that perform better or worse than these. So I think we'll have a better idea of how these stack up against other budget options as this series goes on and as we try more stuff. As of right now, though, I would absolutely 1000% go for the Goodfellow stuff from Target over these Old Spice boys. So, that about wraps things up for episode 2 of Budget Stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do like making these, so I'm looking forward to doing more of them. So I'll definitely be putting out some polls and stuff to see which brand you guys would like to see next. And of course, I got a bunch of other stuff coming up soon, typical reviews and other things, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with everything, and as always, thank you guys so much for coming by and watching, and we'll see you at the next one.